So what you see in front of you is a graph of the whole human genome from chromosome 1 right down here to chromosome 22. Every gene, each 20,000-ish genes of the human genome has been looked at, and the question is, how fast are those genes changing? What you see is the vast majority of genes are not changing very much at all. And that makes sense, right? Because most of what it means to be human has not changed over the last 6,000 years. But you have these occasional genes, the tall ones here, that are evolving very, very fast indeed. These are genes that do something that has changed a lot over the last 6,500 years. But there are some other neat ones here. And this one, it clearly is the one that is evolving the fastest. And this one is the one that affects all of us today. So if you're sitting here listening to this, scoffing your late night cereal with a bowl of milk, then you can thank this gene for that. If you're sitting here listening to this saying, I wish I could have that bowl of milk, but it would make me sick, you can blame this gene for that, because this is the lactase persistence gene. And this is a very nice example of evolution shaping evolution. Because as you will know, those of you in particular who've got domestic pets, cats, dogs, etc., the basic rule for all mammals is that baby mammals drink milk and big mammals don't, right? If you have a puppy drinks milk. When you wean the puppy and have an adult dog, if you give your adult dog a bowl of milk, it will vomit it all back up again. And that is true for most mammals. It is also historically true for humans. Historically, evolutionarily, humans could also not consume milk as adults. We would drink milk as babies, we would wean, and then we would become what's called lactose intolerant, because you would miss the enzyme to digest it. That was not a problem until we started dairying. We started keeping cattle and sheep and other things for their milk. And then it became quite useful to be able to digest that milk even as an adult. There is a mutation that is presumably quite rare in nature that keeps that gene on into adulthood. And for the last million years or so, that's been totally irrelevant. But suddenly, when we started to have a ready source of milk as adults, having that version of the gene was very beneficial. And the time it was particularly beneficial was when times got really tough. So for example, in winter when there's no food around, you were essentially on the brink of starvation. If you had a cow and you could drink that milk and not vomit it back up again, you had a significant chance of survival. If you drank it and threw it back up again and got no calories from it, that was not helpful. And so what we see here is the very, very strong selective pressure to have this version of the gene that allows us to metabolize milk. And for those of you who are listening to this thinking, yeah, but I'm lactose intolerant, I'm sorry, you're one of these people down here who've got the older version of the gene that is not conferring that ability to drink milk as an adult. So this is an example where we have done something, we have evolved dairying, and it has shaped our own genetic evolution quite dramatically.